I'm back and I'm here with my final week of No Sew November, week number 4. So let's get started. It was not easy for me to get everything done because, we are also in December and I'm also doing Vlogmas with Diamine Inkfint swatches. So we're going to start with day 22, which was spiral. So I literally did these intersecting spirals, which I simply did with a charcoal pencil like this from Conte, and it worked really well. And I have my writing here for hashtag a journal mood. Okay, so day 23 was this right here. Now, as you know, all of the pages in this journal, well, the majority of the pages in the journal are from fast food McDonald's bags. So there was, these characters were already there. So I thought, why not just use it? And I made this little album and I added this little sticker to look like it was the album name. And underneath here, I have my writing for hashtag a journal mood. So interaction, because music, we interact, and these characters look like they're interacting with the record that is spinning. Got it. So that's how I did interact. I think I kind of pulled that one off pretty well. Now, the next one was layer. Now, this one was a bit more challenging. So what I did was I started using my jelly art, and I did a simple jelly art pull with this one. I had added some gold leaf, but only a little bit wound up sticking. I think you can kind of see this a little bit here too. Wound up actually sticking to my sheet. And then these little, it looks like string. That is nothing more than dental floss. I took an old thing of dental floss that I had, and I used that to make this. So since day 24 was layer, I layered this on top of that. And it gives like a nice little spread. And this little peekaboo here is a nice idea. Love the color. The green and the brown with the flecks of gold works really well. So that's what I did for day 24, which is layer. Now, day 25 was fold. So what did I do? I folded this bookmark, which is a corner bookmark, and I wound up folding that by using, let's just see if I have it in here. I used this paper out of this origami pack that I got from Cultura not so long ago. And it had this beautiful kind of gold and white paper, which I thought was going to be nice contrasting on this black sheet. And in here for hashtag a journal mood, it was redemption was the prompt. So I copied a poem that I found online, which I thought was perfect. Okay, so next is day 26, which was unravel. So now for unravel, I had to think about what to do with this, because unravel is, it encroaches on the same idea of thread and weave, which we had a lot earlier on. So what I did was I took this thread that I had that I used a couple times in here, and I unraveled it like so. And what I did was I took some long pieces, I cut them different lengths, and then I unraveled them to make it look like this is growing out of a pot. And as the background, I used a jelly art that I had done earlier that I wasn't sure what I was going to do with it. And my writing is up here attached to this. This is the back of the bookmark from the day before. And so this for me was Unravel. And I think it comes out looking, you know, pretty good for Unravel. I just simply glued some bits like this. And that's how, like, there's a bit here and a bit here and a bit here that are glued, and that's how they're sticking. And I use this transparent scrapbooking glue, which has become my best friend. It works really well. Okay, so the next day was day 27, which was open. Now, this one, I thought, okay, let me do something, but I'm not sure what. Like, I don't want to do a door. I don't want to do a window. So I just decided to do just sort of like a square. So this is a jelly art that I did earlier on in the week. And what I did was I just made it like a square. And here again, used the same notebook of origami paper. And I saw they had one with this beautiful writing on it. So I put that as the opening. And then I added some Flow magazine paper along the edges here on the side. And the background in green, which is actually, let me show you, which is actually this bigger sheet of paper from this pack that I got from Cultura earlier on last week. So, and that is what we get for open. And then I did my journaling all the way around like this. It goes all the way around, which I think is an interesting way of doing journaling. Journaling doesn't just have to be, you know, straight like this. So this was, I think, an interesting way of going about it. All right, the next thing was day 28. And day 28 was loop. So what do we have here? Let's see if I can get it out. So day 28 was loop, and I used a coloring sheet out of this particular book, which is, it's called Art Therapy Japan 100 Coloriage Anti-Stress. So this book has quite a lot of really cool pages, and I saw this one and I thought it worked really well with the idea of loop. So what I did was I did a coloring aspect of that, and I used colored pencils. And then since this is a McDonald's sheet, the bits that I wanted to cover, I just colored them black like this and have them peeking out, which makes for a very interesting look on the idea of loop. So this is what I did for loop. Let me know what you think. Okay, the next one was day 29, and it was overlay. So this is what I did for day 29. So this is a jelly art. So here I have my my journaling here, but I did a slight overlay of one jelly art onto the other one. And I finished the overlay with a bit of gold leaf here, which I really like the way this looks. It has a very warm look to it, and it looks like something that could actually be framed. So that's what I did for overlay. And then last but not least, we have day 30. And day 30 was fasten. So I did the little fasten here at the top. And of course it says the future is bright because the prompt was 2030. And I overlaid this sheet on top of this beautiful jelly art, and then I put that on top of some black construction paper with a bit more green peeking out here. And so this was my interpretation of 2030 and my interpretation of fasten by using that same kind of cord that you saw earlier that I used for unravel. So that is all for No Sew November. Now I feel like I feel a little bit proud because I know how difficult it was at some points, that I found some of the prompts not very doable for flat kind of work. They seem to really lend themselves to being 3D projects. And that's not what you're doing in a notebook like this. But where I did go right was using a sew journal. Even though it was No Sew November, I still use a sew journal. Mostly because I was doing both prompts, but also because I like using big sheets of paper, because I think big sheets of paper allow me the creativity, the space that I need to be creative. So that was that. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I think I got some really nice projects out of No Sew November. We are now in December, so stay tuned for more of my videos. Of course, the prime videos that I'm doing this month are swatching the Diamine Inkvent calendar. I've already swatched day 1 and day 2, so stay tuned for tomorrow when I will be swatching days 3 and 4. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll be back very soon with another video. Bye.